round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user O'Shilly, or O'Shilly. We'll go with O'Shilly, it sounds Irish and interesting, and he's driving the IS on a standard battle on the Siegfried line. IS being the tier 7 heavy tank for the Russians. Gets the same kind of cannon as the KV-1S, but it has a slightly better reload speed, so you can expect this guy to be hopefully doing a decent amount of damage. And of course the IS has that improved armor and the improved hit points, so it's able to take a bit more of a kicking before rolling over and bowing out. So we're going to be heading towards the Red Church, covering off this main road. Going to see if we can pick anybody off trying to make a mad dash into the centre there. Sometimes you can catch a scout tank off guard, as you can see the Leopard there just making the move into the town. But sometimes you can catch an advanced scout tank off guard and get some easy damage on them, or even a quick kill as they try and come around the northern area of that Red Church there. But it looks like all of the enemy team playing a little bit more cautious here. The Leopards actually decide to take a different route. Gets shot on the side there from somebody, probably that Su-152, so takes a little bit of early damage straight away. But it looks like he can just about pick this enemy IS out through the columns there and gets a good chunk of damage onto him. IS not really sure where he's being shot from there, so he's just backing off in an attempt to get away. And it has actually put him into safety there, not able to get anything else on him. He drives around and puts his front armor onto target. Not quite able to get his second shot through there, but it looks like the IS was also not able to get any damage on him either. Just being soaked up by the tracks there. So he's just going to try and cover off this area and try and stop the enemy pushing, because if anybody does decide to push down this road, then he's going to be able to get some free damage on the side of them as they attempt to push, as his allies do have his back here. His allies are kind of covering off the areas behind him, so nobody's able really to get round and challenge his position. Going to wait for somebody to show themselves. He gets a good hit through the side of that IS there. Actually didn't. A little bit weird there. Hit full on the sides, and it looks like all of that was actually absorbed by the IS's tracks there. So a little bit unfortunate with that one. Although the enemy looks like they're making a concerted push down the road here. Gets a good hit through the front of the IS there and able to hit the engine, set the guy on fire. Will he? No, a little bit unfortunate there. Was able to get off another shot just before he died, but as you can see again, all of that damage being absorbed by the IS's track. This Type 58's not able to get any damage onto an IS here. Front armor of that IS just too strong. Going to see where this Jagdpanzer's looking. Not really sure. The Type 58 was looking at him. There we go. The Jagdpanzer not paying attention. Doesn't realise that there is a threat to the side here. So just going to try and pick him out through the building. Consciously made the decision to hit him in the tracks there rather than try and get some damage on him. Maybe hoping that some of the damage would go through the tracks onto the hit points. But no. All of it getting taken up by the tracks there, but he did manage to track him, and then his allies were able to take him out. So a little bit selfless there. And the other Jagdpanzer faring a little bit better, managed to bounce the shot on his nicely sloped front armor, although it looks like this T-43 is just going to come in and finish him off. So having a pretty good game so far, doing nearly 2,500 damage, able to set that other IS on fire, which the last tick's able to kill him off as well. So a nice little piece of work there. Going to try and get around the side of this Su-152, the guy who put that little bit of damage on him right early in the game, and he hasn't really taken any damage since. He's taken little bits, but not much at all. He's going to spin himself, well, not spin himself around, he's going to head down the road now and try and catch this T-43, although he sees an Su-122-44, knows that he's the bigger threat, so waits for him to come around the corner and then uses his shot to take out the 122-44. Because the T-43 was already running away, so definitely the smart thing there to wait for the 122-44 to come around the corner and then take him out, because he has that big cannon with the fast reload time, so definitely the bigger threat there. A little bit unfortunate not to hit the T-43 as he reverses away. Taking a little bit more damage in the front now, finally starting to take damage rather than just getting damage through on his tracks. Not sure what the Jagdpanther was doing there. making a valiant charge across the hills, but not realising that the IS of O'Shilley was there, and he's able to take him out and pick up kill number 5. I'm going to play a little bit of peekaboo with his T-43, wait for him to look at somebody else, and then he's going to come up and stick some damage through his side there, able to get a good bit of damage on him. Finds the enemy's Hummel, just going to sit there focusing on him, wait for his gun to reload, and there we go, picks up kill number 6, and with that his Top Gun medal, and that is the game. So absolutely excellent replay there from O'Shilley, showing his skills in the Russian IS. Thank you very much for sending that replay in. As always, stick around because the score screens are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Failware. That's Failware, and he's driving the ELC AMX on a standard battle on the south coast. Now, we haven't seen a good light tank replay for a while. In fact, we haven't seen any light tank replays for a while, so I thought I'd just bring you this one, as light tank replays do often show some of the most exciting gameplay. Especially when you've got a nice fast little scout tank who can fly around all over the place and hopefully affect some change in a battle. This one starts a little bit slow, but don't worry, it does pick up as we go through, and it's quite an exciting replay. So Failware's just taking up a fantastic spotting position here in this bush on the south coast. As you can see, with his binoculars and the extended view range there, he's able to spot every single one of the enemy who are making a push on this left-hand flank here, the right-hand flank, sorry, going off the map. So what that does is that gives the allies all the information that they need. They know exactly how many tanks and of which type are pushing along that flank, and they're able to adjust their strategy accordingly. You can also see Tiger making an early push straight up the centre there, getting quite far ahead of his allies there, moving up without really any support. Failware not quite wanting to have that shot at the T-34. Not guaranteed that he's going to be able to penetrate the front armour, and not just that, but he'd probably get spotted by this Tiger here and revealed, and it would give up his fantastic spotting position. So just going to wait till the Tiger gets a little bit complacent behind that rock there. Just going to focus in on him and probably about to take a shot. Just making sure that it's an almost guaranteed hit. But yes, he does get spotted now by that Tiger after taking that shot. So just going to have to get himself into cover behind the barns. And that's going to force the Tiger to have to start worrying about his rear and his flank now. Rather than just being able to sit merrily behind this rock, he's going to have to take up a less advantageous position. And then that's going to open him up to damage from some of the allies there, as you can see, taking some damage from the front. And then he's decided that he can't really just sit behind the rock, so he's decided to make a suicide charge, as there isn't really anywhere he can go from here, and he's just getting pounded by the allies from all different angles. And that's going to be all she wrote for this Tiger. There's nowhere he can go, really. Pushed up way too far without any support, and just going to get himself taken out. Failware not really wanting to waste a shell on his 55 hit points, and just allows the 5120 to take him out. So still keeping eyes on this right-hand flank. It looks like the allies have dealt with most of the tanks that made a push there. Failware just keeping an eye on this KV-13 as he comes under the bridge. Going to allow his gun to close in. Oh, well, he actually gets behind a shack, but it looks like he ain't stopping. So just going to wait for him to come around the other side. And that was an easy kill there. So that's kill number 1 for Failware, taking out the KV-13 as he comes underneath the railway bridge. Now, it looks like there's probably somebody else in the area, as again he got spotted after firing his gun there. It could have just been vicariously spotted by that KV-13. Not really wanting to shoot the very top of the turret of the T-34, because that's just either not going to hit or definitely not going to go through. but just keeping eyes over there anyway. As you can see, there's an IS-3 making a lone push up the centre. Now, I'm not sure what it is about people and this map, but they tend to push up through the centre all by themselves, one at a time. And as you can tell, that does not work out for the best for anybody, except the team that is defending, because then they just get to pick people off one at a time. So that's the right-hand flank pretty much secured now. The left-hand flank's not faring as well. You can see there's an IS-8 pushing against the M445 and that Indian Panzer up there, but the two of them should be able to finish him off. Failware just keeping eyes on this Black Prince, but he's been spotted from somewhere, so he's going to have to make a move if he doesn't want to get himself artillery, because artillery absolutely loves light tanks. Number one, because it's the light tanks which normally kill them, and number two, because you're definitely going to penetrate, so that's pretty much a guaranteed kill. Oh, just having a little slide off the mountain into the water there. Not the mountain, the hill, into the water. So yeah, the artillery likes getting those guaranteed kills, and the light tank absolutely is a guaranteed kill. Black Prince closing in on his position now, so he's going to make a run back to his base, because it appears that somehow that IS-8 has managed to defeat the M445 and the Indian Panzer. Both of them may have been on low hit points thanks to the concerted push of the enemy. That's probably why he was able to take them out. As you see, didn't fare particularly well, only 66 hit points left, so Failware just going to drop back, probably going to try and get a shot. Well, I was going to say through his side or rear armour, but the front armour of the IS-8 isn't particularly good if you manage to hit one of those weak spots. Just going to be covering off the Lorraine 155 here, the Allied artillery. And hopefully, as that IS-8 comes over the top of the hill to try and kill the artillery, Failware should be able to put a shot straight through his side armour. Just going to wait for this IS-8 to rumble into view. There he is. He's looking this way. Failware has a snapshot and is able to take him out. So a little bit lucky there, as accuracy on the gun was nowhere near optimal there, but had the snapshot and was able to take him out. And the two of them just going to make a run away now. The Allied tanks not faring particularly well now on the right-hand flank, the ones that went down to secure the base. As you see, the enemy has quite a lot of camping tanks. Now, I would say that T-69, why is he camping in the base? But to be honest, for all we know, he could have been all the way up that left-hand flank, eliminated some targets, and then dropped all the way back in order to defend. Looks like that Black Prince has now pushed up the centre, so Failware and the Lorraine just going to try and double-team him. Not quite tall enough to get a shot between the buildings there. The Black Prince was, but just missing. So now the Lorraine's going to come round from one side and Failware's going to come round the other. Although it looks like the Black Prince was ready for that, but not quite ready to land his snapshot, and just about missing there. And he's able to get back into cover before the Black Prince has his shot. Lorraine has a mighty, mighty shot there at the Black Prince. Failware also manages to land some damage on him. The two of them just going to double team this guy who, well, it looks like, had he been tracked there? He probably had been tracked, as he wasn't turning his front armour onto target. Not quite able to land any damage back on that ELC. The ELC being a very small tank. Not particularly difficult, not particularly easy tank to hit. Lorraine just going to hide, going to let the Black Prince come to them. One more shot. There we go. The Black Prince becomes kill number 3. So the Allies have also got a Black Prince who's moving in on the base there, but he's being fought with that ISU 152, and the ISU 152 just picks up the kill there. Probably had the ridiculous derp cannon and was just able to finish him off. So the two of them now are going to have a pretty difficult time defending against a T-69, a 152, a T-29 and that GW Tiger P. But they're both just going to make a run to this far left-hand flank, two of them sticking together. Going to try and get in towards the base. And hopefully the enemy tanks are still camping around here somewhere and can catch them off guard. Finds the GW Tiger P behind the hill there. Manages to pick him off, so it's going to make it a slightly easier time now. because now they can play a little bit more safely without the fear of that GW Tiger P coming in and landing hits on them. Although it looks like the enemy has now started a base capture, so he's just going to have to try and get back and try and do something about this. But as you can see, he's got more than a minute to do something about this. Oh, very unlucky there. The ISU 152, only, what is that, 20 hit points left, but he missed his first shot. Luckily, the ISU missed his shot as well, and that's going to be all she wrote. Kill number 5 for Failware. So now there's just this T69 and that T29. The T29 looks like he's in towards the cap zone, so this T69 is probably the one capping. Now T29 going to be coming in to support. Failware's just really got to get eyes on them, and then hopefully the Lorraine can land some damage. Takes a big hit from that T69, but he's able to survive, and the Lorraine gets a good hit on him. Failware gets a bit damage on that T29, who is not able to get his gun on target for a second hit, and Failware just going to make a run around this mountain. Basically, he's going to have to start coming at the T29 from unusual angles, try and land a little bit of damage and then run away, because with only 133 hit points, this T29 is probably going to be able to take him out in one hit. Unfortunately, that elevated position there, not quite able to get eyes on the T29. Not really sure why he moved out of the cap zone there. Perhaps the Lorraine landed a shot that we didn't see. And now reset that one a little bit. As you can see, just backing himself out so that once the T29 does spot him, he's got his nose pointing in the right direction to be able to make a quick getaway. As that's what it's all about. Spots the T29. T29 pulls his gun onto target, moves out of cover, and the Lorraine gets his last 1005 hit points. So absolutely awesome teamwork there between the scout and the artillery. Failware showing his skill as a scout tank driver. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, if you've got yourself a great replay, don't forget to send that to replay@screenreality.com, and I'll do my best to get as many of those turned into awesome videos like this one as I can. So don't forget, leave me a like or favourite if you enjoyed this video. Stick a comment in the comment section below. My name has been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you next time.